Hi, this is Greg McCoach, editor of the Mining Speculator. I'm here today with Vice President of Exploration, Jim Rogers, and CEO Peter Wilson of Maxtech Ventures. We're here at the 2019 November Metals Investor Forum. Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
As you know, in the newsletter, Maxtech Ventures is a new recommendation of mine in the Red Lake Camp exploration story with high potential in 2020 for some high potential results, and I'm very excited about it. So here today we're going to talk about why we're so excited. And first, before we get into the technical, more specifics about what we're going to be drilling in Red Lake and the similarities to Great Bear Resources, why don't you, Peter, take us through the fundamentals of the company real quick? Just
Sure.
share structure, symbol.
Sure. Maxtech has a market cap of about $6 million right now. We've had it historically at about $40 million market cap a few times as the largest trader in Germany. On other assets that aren't anywhere near as exciting as this one is. You know, the world needs gold. We think that we're in the best jurisdiction for a major discovery, of course, with Great Bear being so close to us. We're just pleased that we're getting some love out of the gold market itself.
Yeah, for sure. And we're at that critical benchmark, in my view, when the real rates go negative. All right, this is that moment that we've been waiting for, and this is going to be a big move in gold. Gold's going to lead the way. Silver's going to follow, in my view. And like I said in my talk, this time next year, it's going to be, standing room only in this show, right? So that's how optimistic I am. And anybody that can make a discovery in this environment is going to be one exciting story to be involved with. So current share price is around what, 8, 9 cents, 10 cents?
Yeah, we're between 8.5 and 10 cents on any given week. Volumes are starting to pick up. We have about 68 million issued and outstanding. We've raised about $2.5 million over the last 2 years at around 30 cents, but prior financings were $1.91, and the stock's never been consolidated.
Right. And the symbol in Canada is MVT.
Yeah, MVT, Mother Victor Thomas. We're also listed on Frankfurt, M1N, and we're listed on the OTC Pinks at MTEHF.
MTEHF.
Yeah.
Right. And Jim, let's get into the specifics of why we, got this project. Tell us a little bit about how the project came to be. That here, Great Bear makes a discovery. We're basically on trend along the fault, the same style of mineralization that Great Bear discovered. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'm very much I'm a mine geologist. I've spent 30 years in Red Lake. And when the Great Bear was discovered, I saw the first press release. I actually was up there and I looked at the core and started thinking about how does it fit? And it's got the same structures and the same deep mantle tapping structures that Red Lake Camp has. The geometries on the structures are very similar to Red Lake, but it's different favorable rocks. So there's some similarities to Hemlo perhaps, but I look at the hinge zones as being L zone, G zone type things from the Red Lake mine, and the others being A zone, South C zone, that kind of thing. So very similar. You've got to be talking deep roots. These
Right.
things go forever. When you look at our map, basically we're on the same trend.
Right.
There's faults coming through there, and up where we are, there's old mining to the north of us, and we've got the Great Bear to the west of us. And basically we've got the same package that we need to find gold in. We've got mafic, ultramafic, sediment, rhyolitic contrast, where you get the ductility contrast. We've got intersecting structures coming together. We've got fold noses. We've got grades from the old Noranda drilling and the Benton drilling. They came up, I think, the high of about 2.5 grams over 4.5 meters. Not economic, but you know what? It's only 75 meters wide of probably a 5 kilometer plus wide project, and it's never been tested beyond that one horizon.
Right.
And the geophysics that was done after the drilling that Benton did really shows the fold noses and some rolls, and those are the kind of structures that give you the, I call them extension zones or tear zones. Those are where you get the high grade zones.
Right, just like Great Bear did.
Just like Great Bear did. And we also have the foliation parallel stuff that I think could be something along the same lines as what they're finding along their fault there.
Right. Right. So yeah, the geophysics, I thought that was very interesting. Timing is everything, as you mentioned, Peter. And Benton Resources had this project for quite some time. They were focused on something else bigger. They let it go, but they didn't understand or didn't know the geophysics related to their project. After Great Bear happened, it opened up the understanding. You do the geophysics, and oh my goodness, wow, this is exciting.
Yeah, I'm very much a pattern guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and the patterns are there. We have to target them. We've got to test them.
Yeah.
We've got to test them.
That's what I'm saying. The current market that we're in, it's a difficult market for junior mining shares. It can be terribly dilutive to current shareholders. And so I love the fact that with a few small drill program, a small amount of money, we can test our theory and see if we're right in these key targets on this area. And one drill hole can change the night to day. So you get to a higher price, you could raise a hell of a lot more money, and then you're really off to the races. So that's the model that we're following.
Yep.
And I just love it that next year we're going to be doing this, right? And you said drilling will probably 3,500 meters starting in January, February?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's immediate. It's
Yes.
immediate.
So in Red Lake, we know that that you can drill almost year round, other than those breakup period. In
Yeah,
May.
and we have a couple access challenged areas, but when the ground is frozen and we can get in there early and cut some trails,
Yeah.
it's full access to the whole property.
Perfect. Yeah. So that makes it even easier. We don't have to do any expensive, road building just to get into where we need to drill. So very exciting. And of course, the Red Lake camp, it's, it is what it is, right? It's historic. It's got all the infrastructure.
Exactly.
If successful, the majors will be looking immediately at what you're doing.
Jurisdiction is really important, I think, these days. With all the turmoil around there, around the world, rather, it's an important factor with infrastructure. As one of your clients mentioned earlier today, it's attractive to the majors or to anybody that's looking to take out a new discovery.
Right. And I like I said in my slide presentation, I think with these negative real rates, gold is going to move, and it doesn't have to move much more. These majors are already making money at current prices, but higher prices, 1650 to 1725 is the next stop, I think, before we go to the new high. At those levels, these majors are making boku bucks, right? They're making major profits, and that money is going to come to our sector because they need to replenish reserves. They're desperate. They'll buy any discovery. In my opinion, as I stated, in my talk, I believe Great Bear will be taken out by this time next year.
And as you said before, the greatest risk and the greatest reward comes from these juniors.
Right.
And, in the same central area with the right jurisdiction and the right commodity,
Right.
Given the world's events, it's just, we're one of the cheapest stocks out there, especially in the best jurisdiction.
Right, and this is the time I'm saying the next 6 weeks is an incredible buying opportunity, one of the best I've seen in quite a while. You always try to time that so right before the big move starts. So I think we may catch it this time. So
Fantastic. We're looking
I'm
forward
very
to it.
excited, guys. Thanks so much for being
Thank
at
you.
the show.
Greg, thank you.
Yep, and we'll see you in January.
Looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Greg McCoach, Vancouver, Canada, Maxtech Ventures.